back with another week of a Pathfinder 1E homebrew game. We've now moved on from Sandpoint Chronicles, and we'll be calling our new series Nightmare of the Mother. For those who are just joining in, this game has a bit of a lore regarding Lamashtu, the Mother of Monsters. If you feel free to want to know any information, please check out our previous videos. But this week the party is actually, it's been a couple of weeks. We're going to do a little time jump, 3 weeks. Some of the party members have chose to retrain, craft potions, and just really get more comfortable in the city of Nabor. The party is highly anticipating the auction tomorrow. Again, it's been 3 weeks. This town on the border is bustling. It is busy off this auction. Not just because a lot of people have come, but it's because of the rich people and the nobles have come. We have some from Riddleport, Nabor, of course, Magnamar, even a couple from as far as Kosovo has entered into the town for the special occasion. We're going to be auctioning off the Great Wizard Hunclay's belongings. So we're going to move forward to the night before. So what can we expect? We can just go ahead and start off with whoever's at the top. Guko, since you're at the top here. Guko, Nali, Burke, and then Zacher. Guko, since you were in your nicely, well, it's new to you, nicely new manner, what would be something you would be doing now as you prepare for bed?
Well, wanted to take a look at some of those texts that we've got, just to see if I could get some more context on the whole situation. Apparently, this Hunclay dude, this fellow, seemed to have a lot more involvement with the Mother of Monsters than we originally thought. And so I'd like to know a little bit more about her. And let me see if I can recall what all he had. I think there were like 5 books, right? 6 books, something like that.
Yeah, what do you have? Ancient, Ozarani, I believe. It's on Astronomy and Stars.
Yeah.
Secrets of the Dreaming Dark, which is in Alclo. It's in the Darklands text. It had Goddesses of the Black Butterfly, Desna, and Akva, I believe is how you said that. Which Akva is a god that you are not familiar with. Well, Book of Clockworks, Book of Science Manual is called A Fool's Life, and then we have this torn piece of the Lam, which has now been notified as one of the missing 4th page or hide of the Book of the Lam, which is a famous religious text from Lamashtu. Lamashtu doesn't have many texts or even religious items, but this is one of them. It's actually the only text there is.
So yes, look into the Secrets of the Dreaming Dark for some time, as that is very aligned with my religion, but take a quick glimpse at the flesh book, but probably quickly lose distaste for it.
So for the astronomy book, you're saying? For the astronomy book, reading it, I guess it would be an intelligence check. Give me an intelligence check. Let's see what you can come from this book.
Cool.
Unfortunately, upon reading it, I'll give you 2 more since I'm going to say you read it for 3 weeks. Okay. For the 19, you learn a little bit about summoning and how things align. Unfortunately, you can't really make more of that. You just know during certain times of the month that the pull from the stars, according to this book, and the moon changes, has effects on glory in itself. And you, on the day of a full moon, the night of a full moon, your summon will stay active for an extra round and have +1 on attack and damage.
Ooh, neat.
but only on the night of a full moon. Okay, moving on to Nalia. Nalia, what would you have done in these 3 weeks? I know you're retraining a little bit with Gene Valcor, with the guard captain. Gene's actually been coming in kind of on his off time. He took a small hiatus just to come and train you and just to retrain some of your skills and give you more hand-to-hand combat. I know Marius and you did a little bit, and Father Tobin back in Sandpoint trained you stand up for yourself, but you want to be a little tougher for the combat, for the adventure. And also, Gene and you have been training the Kobold tribe. Gene has taken it himself to use some of his teamwork feats since the kobolds are smaller. And we'll get more towards that once it gets Zotter's turn. But besides training with Gene, what have you been doing, Nalia? Have you been trying to read any books or do anything in particular?
I might read the book about Desna.
Do you have linguistics?
I do not.
Okay.
So
you're going to be taking an intelligence check, but unfortunately,
I can do it with her.
Burke said, so if you're going to be doing this with her, that means I'm going to have to assume that you've been tutoring Analia along with this time, Burke.
I've been Desna, goddess of travels, and Burke like travel and exploring stuff.
Okay, so Nalia, since this Burke is going to be your turn now, this for your RP, but it's okay. Nalia, give me 3 rolls. 10, it'll be a plus. Will be above a 10, will be a plus. So give me intelligence checks. You need to get above a 10. You get to roll 3 of them.
Okay. I am not having my character sheet load up. There we go.
Okay, so unfortunately you get a +2, Bert, for your first one.
How many is that?
We got 3, and Bert, if you want to roll 3 checks with Nalia, you can kind of tutor her with it.
In linguistics, right?
3 of them. Linguistics, so that's a 13, 17, and 19. Unfortunately, Bert, you get a little bit of information, but nothing. I don't. Let's see. Before I make those assumptions. Okay. He tries to talk to you a little bit more about Desna. Some of the stuff is old, like this book is very old, like it says in the Alcalo. Burke, you're trying to like make your way through it, and I'm probably gonna merge some of this. It tells you that Desna is an ancient goddess of freedom and luck, and that was credited with the creation of the heavens. In her earliest days, the god, how am I going to pronounce this? Let me see. There is no pronunciation on this god. This is the one.
Azra? Oh,
God,
I don't know that one.
I think that is Church Chineus, which is an enemy of the goddess Lamashtu. And this is when your eyes kind of peaked up. That being a servant of Desna, you realize that you're at odds and will always be at odds with Lamashtu and any of its worshippers. As Bert, believe it or not, continues to tutor you, you learn that Lamashtu laid a trap for Church Chanus and stripped him of his beast domain. And that is where humans and beasts started to grow apart from each other. At once, beasts and humans could talk, walk, and lived amongst each other. And even though there still was humans or humanoids that fed on animals, it was more of like a circle of life type of thing where it was given respect to the fallen beasts. But once Lamashtu did this, she stripped Cernaeus from his bestial domain, ripping it from his godly essence. As he died, though, he gave Desna, his one follower, or his top follower, the domain would travel with it. She traveled the planes and the worlds, opposing both oppression and Lamashtu wherever she encountered them, and spreading her word, making an effort to experience new wonders. You do know that there's a little representation called the black butterfly, and that is a little more darker representation of Desna. Desna, as she hung the stars, the darkness between those stars became its own deity, granting the black butterfly. There are servants of Desna. You can't really make out much, but you know that there's like a huge butterfly the size of a dragon. That's pretty much all. Like, this is old lore. For the holy text, you're seeing something about a ritual of stardust, but it happens only twice a year, and that's pretty much it. But you are seeing that there's some type of fighting style that goes with the black butterfly and that goes with Desna. And you start to kind of mimic the moves as it tries to teach you, Nalia, but you have Bert trying to teach you how to fight when Bert really is a combative, so unfortunately, during this session, you're not able to pick up the fighting style from the Star Knife. But you think with a little more study, you might be able to.
Okay.
Bert, so that's what I would give
Also,
you.
I want to retrain.
I'm
This-
sorry, what'd you say?
Hit points, and I also want to retrain those hit points, and I want to explain to the rest of the party that I didn't want to go back to Sandpoint, so that is why I was training disguise, because I was worried people would start collecting my hair if I came there. And if I do go back to Sandpoint, I want to be called CB.
CV, okay. I'll write that
It is
down.
right here.
ZB, okay. Okay. Nolly, was there anything else you'd like to add before I take it back over to Bert?
No.
Wait, why do they collect your hair?
Because they think I'm this holy savior of them.
Oh, are you?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because I could use some hair, if you're really a savior.
As Guko continues to make party members uncomfortable with his dad jokes, Bert, since you were helping Nalia that round, even though you were mainly helping her, there's some things that you kind of picked up on the corner of your eye. Bert, you get a +1 on knowledge checks when it comes to anything dealing with the Dark Tapestry. Please mark this down, Bert. Dark Tapestry.
Will it be planes? Or
Does Dark Tapestry or the planes? Yeah, I guess sure. You get a +1. And now Zatra. Zatra, we spoke a little bit what you've been doing. So Jean's been coming down to the basement, and here we go. And he's been coming, kind of like clockwork. And you and Jean have started to have like a pretty better relationship. He's training the kobolds how to attack. They're not really, they're still trying to acclimate. But he hopes that if the town ever did come under attack, that some of the teamwork tactics and things like that, he wants them to be prepared, and so that what happened to their tribe doesn't happen again.
Nice. Zatra's been drilling with some of the others, but a lot of her daytime has been spent trying to improve relations between the kobolds and the town, trying to weave her way back through the political scene to try and emulate what it once was 2 or 3 generations ago, back when they actually traded together. And she's been helping some of her kin you know, get in with laborers, and some of the others have been, some of the others who did more fishing work are getting on with the fishers, and the herbalists are doing their thing. Most of the hunters are dead, but at least one or two of their children still live on, and she's been trying to help educate them where she can, but without any actual hunter and leader figure. Most of the kobolds are a bit aimless, but she has installed herself as a interim leader for the time being. She recognizes that even if they were to ask her, she would refuse the position of chieftain. She does not. She knows she does have the blood of the dragon, as everybody else does, but without a way to prove it, a way to measure and weigh it, there is no way that any claim to the throne that would come later wouldn't just devolve into a schism of who likes who better. And so instead, because there is no religious leader either, she is trying to fill in as a sort of interim for the rest of the group, trying to acclimate them. At night, however, she is spending time studying, not up in the books or library where others are, but instead she begrudgingly carries herself down to the room where her snake, Akesi, resides, and while many nights are silent, occasionally, if anybody visits down at night, they will hear her argue with the snake. It's clear that while she accepts the power granted to her by it, she does not like this snake at all, and is mostly begrudgingly accepting some sort of destiny that the thing has bestowed upon her to aid the rest of the party. And what time isn't spent studying, she also spent a little bit of time crafting, mostly to replenish her own stores of things, but also occasionally doing jobs with the kobolds, helping. She sometimes cooks at night, sometimes she crafts more alchemical remedies and treatments for the kobolds, since gnomish treatments will certainly not do down here. Absolutely not. But throughout it all, she has never once allowed them to be treated as anything less than equals among the gnomes. If the gnomes refuse to deal with them, they leave. If the gnomes try to pay them short, they do not work. They are still a proud tribe, even now that they are broken, and she aims to see that they still recognize their strengths, as they have the blood of a green dragon in them. They are, first and foremost, kin to dragon. They will be treated as such. They are not lesser. But yeah, most of her week has been a pretty boring one of personal study, looking inwards, working with the kobolds, and so on. And arguing with a snake that nobody else can hear talk, so there's that.
So I can assume that how would, I guess we could say this would be a new hatchery here where you were at, and the eggs are all amongst here. We could have, different kobolds.
Yeah, I'm assuming that, with the 2,000 gold, I've put almost a third of my personal funds back into the tribe. I'm assuming that with that much money, we could definitely get the permits required to start mining and excavating and expanding the basement even if we needed to.
Okay.
I'm assuming we'll need to because there are no bedrooms down here, and this whole sleeping on the floor like it's a barracks is not pleasant.
Okay. That's something to make note of. Where could we say, Guko, that as, you know, the evening comes along, you know, where can we say Guko would be found at?
Probably in the manor. Although, you know, I visit the local taverns from time to time to sample the cuisine. I'm a lover of food.
Well, you know that there is a lot of hustle and bustle um, in town.
I'm trying to remember where. I know there's a good spot that I thought out for where I would be studying at night. This workshop works well enough.
Okay.
Yeah, there's very few places that are more apt to study than a wizard's house.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, I have there's his library is upstairs, so I'm not going up there. Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be so bad at night, but she still doesn't like. It feels weird not being surrounded by Earth on all sides. You can hear things outside. What the hell? You know?
Very true, very true. I'm still not sure this whole house is not an illusion. You know, every time I walk in, I feel like there's, you know, I look at the pictures and I feel like they're staring at me.
Yeah. Fortunately, we're ripping all the paintings out as well once this auction starts, so that's going to be absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely, I almost forgot about that. That's very good. Hey,
Yeah,
real
we're gonna
quick, how many of this are there in our group right now? 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus or minus a gene.
Yes, plus or minus a gene.
Damn, that's a lot of money. Well, we'll spend it later. I'm not. I've already submitted my changelog to the.
Yes, quite.
And it's probably going to take you a while to liquidate all that anyway. Even or especially because of the auction that's coming up later.
Indeed.
You know, the more discerning people will be like, "Oh no, I don't want to spend now. I'm gonna spend big on the mansion or whatever." So, I don't know. I'm trying to hand wave away the fact that now I have to deal with 6,000 extra gold pieces on my back.
You know, it occurs to me, we might be able to avail ourselves of additional employment. They might need security for these items, as it is quite a large auction. You know, you wouldn't want somebody just to stumble by and have at it all.
Oh yeah, I was assuming we were going to be present for it. I mean, I live in the basement of it, so
Right, of course.
Do you want to say that...
if nothing else, I need to run interference between kobolds and visitors. Make sure that we're out of the way.
Well, so we can say people that the party is sleeping and that the party is awakened, correct? The next morning, you have a breakfast.
Indeed.
Well, you hear a knock at the door.
Come in. Watch what happens if they come in without a... I'm kidding. Wait. Okay. All right, hold on a second. We're coming. All right, does the door have like a means of figuring out who's out there without opening the door?
No.
Like a peephole or...
No.
Okay, well... I look around briefly to make sure everybody's at least attentive and then open the door.
You're met by a gentleman about 5'10", bald, see him there. He got his chainmail on. You don't, you're not familiar with it, but you're familiar with what he has on. It seems to be like Nabor, the Nabor guard. He says, Guka, Nalia, Burke, Zatra, I have been given orders by Captain Jean to escort you to the auction. We're going to be starting today, or around in the morning. It's going to last throughout the entire day. Going to have some festivities, and then we're going to do the auction at the auction house here in town. I hope that each one of you are well fed. There would be, again, just some festivities there, so there will be some ale and some food, of course, on the house, provided by the city for holding such an affair. Just let me know when you're ready.
Well, alright, let me get my penumbra on and we will be ready to depart.
Okay. So the group has passed by this building a couple of times. It's always like not lit. It's a big, kind of a big building, but it's nothing that's ever like, it's not eye grabbing, if that makes any sense. Not a lot of attention. But what you do notice is like when you walk in, it is beautiful.
Ooh, nice.
Now that I'm here.
The captain, oh not the captain, but one of the guardsmen, he looks at you as he walks you to the steps and he says, well, I bid you adieu. Well, we do have a couple of guards going to do boom perimeters around the auction. Captain Jean said he had some matters to take up. There seemed to be some wild, some tracks up north of town. And he kind of pulled you to the side and he says, I've been vetted, not to tell anyone, but and he pulls the group kind of close. He says, it looks like it could have been werewolf tracks. We noticed that when we did the body examinations, that there seemed to be it seemed that you guys had killed a couple of large wolves and 4 werewolves as well. So we wanted to make sure that everything was in order and checked for this auction. We can't have 4 werewolves.
Of course.
If you killed 4 werewolves, we can't have we can't have that going around, especially in a time like this.
Were there signs of any others?
No, he says, me and a couple others was not in my best of mind. I was caught off guard. He said, we found. He says, Captain Jean told us that Captain Valcourt, excuse me, told us that you fought a pack of wolves and you killed some werewolves. So in total, we found 4 werewolves when we went back to the temple here in town. We had a priest of Estriel do some examinations, and we found that there were 4. And then we have been noticing kind of large wolves in the area. So we'll be doing our best to track these wolves. But they do seem to be kind of being ran off and then coming back. So that made Captain Valcourt a little nervous. So he's investigating it himself.
Of course. Well, let us know if you need our help with any of that, and we'll keep it hush hush for now.
Of course.
For clarity, the werewolves you said, they are the shape changers that with the wolf body that we fought, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I am unfamiliar with them, is why I asked.
As were we all.
I will keep a lookout for any more of those.
Okay. He bids you adieu and he leaves. At this time, you can kind of see. He nervously walks out from the back, and then you see the Baron. He has a list in order. He said, "I hope you brought the items correct. You brought the 5 books and everything."
Of course, we've got them right here. I fish them out of the bag of holding. Is this thing supposed to be all blacked out? Like I can only see like half the It's like Fog of War is on, only
Yeah, the candles are very dim, so I can tell from mine that most of the area is dark or dim lighting, and yeah, almost everything's blacked out.
He
okay. I
says,
was just like,
yes, it is blackout for the privacy of the collectors. They were kind of worried that everything that's happened, they didn't want their identities to.
of course, of course. Here are the more notable items that, of course, you specified would have separated.
Let's see here. I'll put you on some lights here. It's kind of not aligned. It's bothering me.
This is a very well done map, by the way. I just want to put that on the record.
Cool, definitely like that. Okay, you should be able to see the new light. And he's like, he tells you that instead of the fast-paced auction, it's gonna be more of a silent, well, not a silent auction, but just we're gonna be going over each item in detail. He's like, we've got some very, very important people here, as you see in the balconies. He points to my right. Is an Elvis Countess from Corsica. To the left, it seems to be one of the pirate kings of Riddleport. He says, I believe there's a gentleman from Magnamar here too in the top corner, and then you see Greer, you see Noir sitting there together in the back. I know you know them. And then in the top left, we have a lady from, I want to say Magnamar as well. She was vague on where she's from, you see, it's very important. And then you see a couple of the civilians who's here on the council, and some of our, this is a private affair, and now you see the lines, everyone's curious what's going on, but we didn't want everyone really who didn't have any business being here, unfortunately, which I hope you can understand.
Understandable. Where do we sit?
Just take your seat. If you need a drink, just ask a barman. We have a bar there. Also, I did not tell you earlier. I do know you have some of your funds. I want you to know that I will stake you for 7,000 gold. I know you're good for it. So if you want something, I will account for about 7,000 gold, maybe 7.5, depending on what it is.
Understandable. Thank you. You're very kind.
Well, anyways, please have your seats wherever you may like. If you can afford the books.
I don't know, but some of those seemed rather important.
As he walks up, he said, okay, let me get some. Let's see what we got here. I don't like that. There we go. Okay. And you can see that there's someone playing there, the harp and this music. Burke, and you're very impressed by it. He says, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to start to hold our much anticipated affair of auctioning the items from our beloved Hunclay. Without some of the help from, he starts to point to Nalia, to Zadra, Burke, points to, okay, you can't sit up there, that's private.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a private box.
Oh, I need that, of course.
You can see some gentlemen as you try to walk in there to kind of nudging you. You can see guards in there. She's pretty stacked with guards. Anyway, Guko there, he kind of points to you. You barely make out the faces that surround you because it is a dim lit room, but he kind of points out, tells everyone thank you for coming. Anyways, so what I'm going to do, I want to hand it over to our auctioneer this evening, Charles Grellin. Charles Grellin is a very reputable man. He does auctions all over Glorian, and he is going to be our auctioneer. Charles, says thank you, Baron. The Baron goes to his box, which you can see is in the top right. He says, each of you should be familiar with how we're going to be doing the lot bid. It's not going to be some fast-paced or silent auction. I'm going to name the relevant lot. I'm going to say the opening bid. I'm going to note which bidders others are interested in the item. And that's what I can do. Now, just so everyone knows, you can attempt a bluff or intimidate check, and for each multiple that your roll exceeds the opening bid, you're going to get a +2 bonus on the check. So, for example, if you bid for something and it's 100 gold, and you beat the check by +2 or something, if you beat the bid, then you'll get +4 on the bonus. One second. So I can explain. Okay, so for instance, say you bid on something. You say you bid on a chair. You bid 100 gold for it, and that means you get and you make the check that I have for the item. You get a +2 on the check. When you outbid. If that makes any sense. You can't aid each other on this, and any competing bidder who outbids you, the DC equal to lower than the result is driven off. So I'm going to be rolling checks as well, just so you know. If the competing bidders place their bets causing the current bid for the lot to increase by an equal amount of the lot starting bid, the control returns to the bidding player. So if it goes to you, then I'll go back to step 3. Once you outbid the bidder or bids above the remaining lot, you'll win the thing. Just so you know. It'll be kind of weird. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go up, and you can point, you can put what you want here. You don't have to really say. You can just put what you want here in the chat here if you need to.
Oh, important question.
Yes.
Have our weapons been checked?
No, and then we'll check your weapons.
Did anybody
So
check
we still have our weapons. Cool.
Did anybody else's weapons get checked? Or is it like everybody can?
When you walked in that room, you saw that lady had 4 armed guards in that room.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing, I gotta turn the music off because it's gonna drive me crazy with the playback. So for the first thing, we got one right here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so for the first thing, Charles goes on. He says the first thing to bid, we have exotic bird cages. The exotic bird cages, they're nice. They're from the Magwai Expanse. They're nice. They're gold, pure gold, lightweight. Somehow a nice silver handle that is engraved with rubies. Can I get my starting bid at 50 gold? You don't have 50 gold. 50 gold going once. 50 gold going twice. And you see a man in the front, in the back there, hold up his hand. He holds his hand up. It's a golden bird cage, the exotic bird cage.
Oh, right.
Okay. So going once, going twice to Sir Ellen in the back there. Okay. A second thing we're going to be going, we have a nice, beautiful, antique kitchen set from the Taldar. We're going to start upping a bit at 100 gold. 100 gold going once, you start to see hands fly in the back as the nobles from where they've traveled from are kind of in awe at this kitchen lot set that was taken from the manor. You see that a gentleman goes by the name of Pickets in the back is starting to raise his hand, and then another one that, as the Baron told, his name was Andreas. Andreas starts to raise his hand as well as they vibe back and forth, going to 200 to 300. That skips to 5, it skips to 6, 7, 750, 760, 769, and then finally Pickett swings it at 800, and everybody starts to clap, giving a round of applause at the bidders. Get me a yay. And so now we will go to the parlor set. You see the parlor set is starting off at 300 gold. They're going to continue to. It goes up very. It goes up to 10, not 10, but it goes up 10 gold. So now we're at like 310, 315. It's driven up to 500, to 1,000, and 1,500. It seemed to see that gentleman named Debbie and then Claustry, which is this gentleman's name as well, begins to bid. They are bidding back and forth between each other. It starts to be driven up at 1,500 gold for a parlor set. But Clauster backs down, and Debbie will win the set again as applause goes on. This goes on for several for odd so hours as there's a hold between the sets. After a couple of ones, there's a break for wine and ale. A couple of hours go by. Now we're getting into some of the more stuff that the party may like. We're getting to the stuffed grizzly bear. It starts off at 60 gold. 60 gold going once, going twice. It goes up to 70 as one person tries to outbid for this stuffed grizzly bear. And then it finally gets to 300 gold and Swirlo Greyhands, which is known as a renowned hunter here in the boar, on some farmlands, wins it. And the next thing that we got is a book of extended summoning. A book of extended summoning.
How did we miss this book on the first go round?
A book of extended summoning, everyone knows, is a leather-bound book with inscriptions with runes relating to outsiders, conjuration magic. It enhances spells that summons monsters. You know that if you cast, it may apply the extend spell feat to these spells that are cast. This does not change the spell slot as altered. And everybody kind of oohs and ahs. It says, this could be a great addition to your library for light reading or for the avid spellcaster that specializes in summoning. This could give you the edge that you need in your spell duels in your town. You don't want to miss this opportunity for the Book of Extended Summoning. We're going to start the opening bid right now at 550 gold. I have
550 gold here.
Okay, 550 gold going once. Do we have 550 going? Okay, you want to roll a bluff check, by the way, or intimidate check, so I can knock off the other bidders who want this.
Of course.
Ish.
It's really just a bit of light reading, you know. Trust me, it's not as important as you guys might think it might be.
Okay, got you. 550 gold. Oh, unfortunately, somebody in the pot pockets of it. Actually, this person The elvish lady that you just as she looks down on you and just looks at how you can even have that much gold and side eyes you. 560 gold, I see. 560 gold, I see you. To the elvish countess upstairs, Lady Murata. What was her
600
name?
gold.
Lady Murata's got a shootout for Guko. 600 gold. 600 gold going once, 600 going twice. She holds her in and says 800 gold for the Book of Extended Summoning.
1,000 gold.
Oh, everybody. Everybody's there. They're, okay. As she says, 1,200 for it. It seems to be neck and neck, everybody. What will it be to Guko? As the auctioneer holds
2,000
it?
gold pieces.
2,000 gold pieces. Get my camera on here.
And try to use an intimidate to, Oh god, that was lousy. The bluff was a lot better.
She looks at you again and smirks and says, and she whispers it. You can read the words. Make a perception check. See if you can see what she says with her lips. It is dark. She mouths the words, Guko, and you can just see it. She mouths the word peasant to you, and she says 2,550 gold. And the gentleman looks at you and says, Guko, you want to match that? 2,050, 2,500 gold. You want to butch that? 2,050 gold for you, sir?
You know, I just don't even know what this, I don't even know what the book does. I don't. Let me think. Yeah, I don't even know what the book does. Did we have a chance to see these in advance to know what they do, or to know what it's supposed to do, or was there like a pre-auction time where you get to look around at the items?
It tells you it's in summons. It lets you.
But is it like, okay,
Lasts
does it
twice as long as normal.
like every summon spell that you ever cast forever?
No, you get to use the extend spell. Okay,
Uh-huh.
it's what it does.
Okay.
Don't break the role play.
Okay, and is this a normal one or a lesser one? Or a greater one?
It's not. I just put Book of Extended Summoning, but I guess it's, you know. I mean, I had the video, so I guess normal.
3,000 gold pieces.
She looks at you furious. Furious. As she doesn't lift her hand up again. It says, congratulations to Guko in the front rows. Everybody gives another hand clap.
I give her one quick flirtatious side glance.
Are you trying to make enemies?
I'm trying to make friends.
Damn.
Everybody ahs. Ooh, is that Guko winning? The next one we have a flesh golem manual. For you more adventurous types sitting here in the audience, this flesh golem manual will, of course, help you make a flesh golem. It contains information, incantations, and magical power that will help you craft your very own golem. This golem could help do your laundry, help cook your meals, help protect your family. It's better than a dog. It actually comes housebroken. It can even help you into battle or combat if anyone traveling on the road or traveling back from here. It gives you a confidence bonus on your knowledge made to craft a golem's body. I like to start my opening bid here at 2,000 gold. 2,000 gold is going once, then you start to see hands. You see a 2,000 in the back. You see a 210. No, she was not one of the ooze.
3K.
3K.
I'm going broke. I'm going broke fast. I'm spending all.
3K going once. Okay, you see a hand in the back. Unfortunately, you see a hand in the back. Make a knowledge check. This is more. You didn't see this. Make a knowledge check. See if you can point out his
Knowledge, local or religious?
Anybody can make a knowledge local.
Oh.
What did you make, Bert? Let me see. 7. Oh yeah, y'all confused. Y'all don't know who this man is. Okay. Well, he definitely goes up. It is, another person bids for another person. Another person bids for it, and then it finally gets up to 8,000. And it says going once, going back, and it says thank you to Mateo in the back. We have a next item for bid. We have a manual of war. A manual of war. For those who are interested in this, the manual of war, or will. Bound in this bloodshed leather here, this heavy tome is scarred like the flesh of a seasoned warrior, and contains many generations of martial arts. Once per day, after studying this manual for 1 hour, you may exchange one of your feats for another combat feats, but you must meet the prerequisite for this new feat. But, unfortunately, after that 24 hours, that feat returns to your original one. We're going to start the bidding at 1,500. Do I have 2,000? Do I have 1,700? 1,700 going once, 1,700 going twice. Oh, see a hand in the back. You start to see multiple hands around the auditorium as they are trying to increase their battle paralysis. Who wants to any bids? Any bids? Okay, finally at 7,500 it goes. And you see Callie in the back wins it, the manual war. We have some assorted potions and assorted scrolls here that was found in Hunclay's house. Who knows what these potions may do? Who knows what they may bring? They could bring fortune or ill fortune. Let's start the bidding off at 800. 800 going once, 800 going twice. You see a small gnome in the back. Or, yes, a small gnome in the back. Peep her head out. And she... you can tell that she's old, of course. But she, goes for the 700, the 800. It doesn't seem like anybody's out bidding. Oh, finally a hand goes up, and it seems to be like a quiet bidding war. But the bidding finally ends at 3,300. Okay. Here's one of the most prized possessions of the entire auction. Hunclay Spellbook. Hunclay Spellbook. May I start this off with 4,000? We're gonna start this off with 4,000 gold, everyone. So I'm gonna start off at 4,000. Do I have a 5? Oh, somebody jumps up to 7,000. Somebody jumps up to 7,000. It battles back. It keeps battling back. And then it finally eventually goes up to 20,000 gold. The bedroom set The observatory set. It's one. You see, it's the storage. This is what the storage is. There's a summoning journal, and then we have the book of clockworks being sold as well. We have the secrets of the dreaming dark. The secrets of the dreaming dark. We will start that off at 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold here.
1,000 gold. We see Guko is back in the running. Guko is back in the running. We have 2,000 by Clayster. It says he 2,000 gold, and then we see from the person in this booth, they give 3,000 gold. Clayster again moves up, and he says 5,000 gold for the summoning book.
Can anybody spot me some? I think this is an important book. I don't think we can let this one go.
What book is it? Also, we're not anywhere near enough to whisper. Damn it!
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You can move up there. You can move up to him if you want to.
Nah, Zatra is staying in the back because she doesn't want to make a scene as being a kobold in a room full of people from out of town. Well, Guko's gonna come to.
But Borg is up front doing a scene. Being
I'm a little bit short, but I think we need to keep this book.
What book is it? Is it?
This is the book of the secrets of the dreaming dark, the dark tapestry book. This is the book about the enemy of Lamash 2.
This isn't this? It's not the flesh book, is it? I swear we took that off the list.
It's not
No, the flesh book. The flesh book is Lamash 2. This is the book about the enemy of Lamash 2.
Oh, how much did you need?
Well, I don't know yet. I'll
Well,
bid 6,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, you can use my allowance then. It's fine.
Hopefully we won't need it.
Okay, so what was the bet at?
6,000.
6,000, and Nalia said she could donate too. So 6,000. You see the person up here donate. They say 7,000. Clayster goes up to 8,000. This person here goes up to 9.
This is very quickly becoming out of limits for all of us.
What?
I don't know. If
Zatra just gives Guko a helpless shrug, like, well, I tried.
And remember, the gentleman said, the Baron said he'll give you, he can spot you for 7.5.
Yeah, well, that would be so 7 and that. I'm assuming 7.5 per person, right?
Yeah,
and that
per
still
person.
puts. I've already used 3 of mine. We're gonna be running out of the entire group's wealth here in a minute.
That was according to what we are about to gain from something else, or what was what were those 7.5 from?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's loaning it to us on credit.
Yeah, he is. In case he needs a favor again.
Should we fire once more? What's the bidding at right now? 8?
Yep.
9,000.
I see 9,000. Do I see 9,000? Clayster and the figure up here, they don't outbid you. They win it. Clayster kind of looks at you and he says, "Ugh, okay." And then
I'll let you take a look at the book for 2,000.
when you say that, he looks at you.
No,
And
no, no, no.
he looks at you. When you say that, he looks at you and he smiles. He gives you like a shit-eating grin, like as in you're